Good afternoon, everyone. This is Jared Rand. Welcome to the Global Guided Meditation Call for Monday, September 22, September 22nd, 2025, after 3:15 p.m. Eastern. You're going to want to be in a comfortable position, no outside distraction, relaxed into your body, still as a statue, focused on your breath rising and falling. There is no need to seek perfection. There is no need to improve upon yourself. All that is needed is to know who you are, and in that very knowing, one comes to feel the completion, the perfection of self. I think all of us at one time or another, depending on how we're trained, we search for ways to become a better person, better being, since person is fictitious, to be smarter, funnier, wealthier, and to be friends with everyone. Most of us were taught how important it was to find the best ways to improve ourselves so we could become successful in this life. And that would lead us to the happiness we were seeking. We got caught in the self-improvement rat race, always focusing on fixing all the parts of ourselves that were flawed, not good enough, and imperfect. We labeled these parts and then identified ourselves as someone who was flawed because these parts existed inside. We couldn't relax fully into ourselves because if we didn't fix or heal these imperfect parts, we would never feel good enough about being ourselves. Probably some internal motivation factor, ego mind, keep pushing ourselves to heal deeper, darker issues, led by the promise that one day we would arrive in a perfect state and all of our problems would disappear. Each time we strove to improve ourselves, you'd feel our spiritual connection to God slipping away. Our desperate, hungry ego habit to clean house, fix the broken parts, and heal the dis-eases inside became stronger and devoured our connection with a peaceful mind. The ego's hunger became a daily habit. And we never felt God was any closer. The closer one approaches to God, the simpler one becomes. Teresa of Avila. Now, after many stages of desperation, the only sane choice was to fully surrender, right? We realized the most important lesson of our lives: there is no finish line. The goal of life is not to become perfect, but to stop the mind and see how perfection is already here now. Giving up our desire to improve ourselves actually felt like failure. Our minds battled with ourselves, insisting that we should never give up or surrender. We were led to believe we would never arrive at a state of completion or wholeness. But the struggling mind is mistaken. Nothing is further from freedom than the struggle to always become better. The perpetual seeking was causing us to miss the greater light of divinity already here. And the truth is that the source of the light of God is inside the core of every atom of existence. Now, when we felt the spiritual source pulsing beneath every breath and heartbeat, we realized the more we desired to change ourselves, the more elusive happiness became. Every attempt to arrive somewhere better only drove the seeker further from liberation. The sacred innocence of enjoying life collapses into guilt. The moment we believe we are not worthy of meeting God, yet the soul can never lose its original shine. So we found ourselves, our minds, wondering, how do I find God right now? The answer is a paradox. We find God by giving up the desperate search for God and surrendering to the truth that is here now. The treasure you seek is hidden in the very place where you stand. To search outside is to wander forever. To turn inward is to arrive without moving. Anamale Swami. Finding God is our life mission and deepest spiritual purpose. Once you realize this, you quietly end the search and surrender to the core of your being, where the cycle of self-condemnation ends. In this life, we are either seeking or surrendering, living in fear or in trust. The greatest realization comes from walking the middle path, letting go of clinging to either side. You look at the coin, you got heads, tails, and then you've got the edge. The edge is the middle path. 3 sides to the coin. Not yesterday or tomorrow, but now. What we are longing for has never been absent. To run after God is like chasing one's own shadow. God is closer than your next thought, desire, or breath. God is behind your thoughts, underneath your awareness, inside your consciousness, radiating at the innermost core of your essence. Meditate on this. God is not separate from you or on any level. The only veil that conceals it is the act of seeking itself. Our soul feels liberated when it gives up its search for perfection and recognizes it is a pure channel for God's divine song. Then every moment becomes a blessing, every challenge an opportunity for growth. And the joy of being alive, the simple pathway toward success. Silence is the true teaching. It is the perfect instruction for the heart, Ramana Maharshi. Enlightenment is intimacy with all things, Dojin. Life reveals how holy and luminous everything already is when we discover our silent innermost center. Nothing needs to be added or improved. Nothing inside us needs to be changed or fixed. In the silent space between our thoughts is a peaceful stillness, untouched by pain or pleasure. There the heart remembers, infinite wellspring of light. There is no separation from God. Resting in this realization is not another achievement to strive toward, but the path of giving up the ego and living in surrender. The addiction to self-improvement is such a tricky prison. The ego that tries to improve itself can never, ever become free of itself. The God source is not striving for anything. Everything is rooted in absolute perfection. We simply surrender everything we think we are to find God. From this deep surrender, we find our stillness point, the doorway to wholeness. The mind will argue and distract you from exploring this. It is like a bullfrog born inside a well that cannot believe a great ocean exists beyond its hole. The illusion of imperfection dissolves when we jump out of our cozy well and swim in the oceanic existence of life. Then all limitation ends, and the pure presence of our innermost being remains. Stop searching and see. What is here now is the pearl beyond price. Sri Nisargadatta Maharaj. In this space, laughter becomes medicine and tears become holy offerings. The soul has no need for improvement. It only needs to be accepted as the core truth of our being. To see this truth is to reclaim our innocence and live without the weight of always trying to do, have, and become more. The soul does not return to God through effort. It returns by resting in what is here now. Self-realization is not another mountain to climb, but the holy ground already under our feet. For those who feel the full pull towards surrendering to God, the future becomes straightforward and simple. Each day is a deepening inside to honor the light that is already here. With one glimpse of this divine presence inside, surrender becomes natural. As the realization that God is within takes root, the world softens. Striving loosens its grip, and deep eternal love flows. We rest in the abundance that was always here. The end of seeking is the beginning of a life overflowing with wonder. It is the end of self-improvement and the beginning of self-realization. The end of self-condemnation and the birth of freedom, where the heart remembers how to sing the song that has never been out of tune. All that is needed is to surrender. The rest unfolds by itself. Andamanyi ma. For one to know that the search is within at all times, then the search outside vanishes. So isn't it interesting that our purpose here and now is to discover that we are the God. All of it. I mean, everything. Not just bits of it. And we are all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. Now, how many of us are there? The only difficulty that we have is ourselves. And the reason that is because we have been trained a certain way to believe in reverse of that. See what I mean? We have been taught to believe the reverse of the truth. The truth is that within the soul is the God. Within every atom, every subatomic particle is the God. Can't escape it. Isn't that amazing? You know, people think that you can escape things. You can't. The God is always there. The universe is always supporting and assisting you, sending things for you. And it's kind of like a dilemma, so to speak, because that's all we've been trained with is the reversal of what the truth is. You don't look for God within you. You look for God outside. God's separate from you. God's up there. God's not down and within you. You're not God. That's blasphemy. You see, that's religion. Religion was created to keep us away from the God that we are, and to believe that the God is outside of us, and it never has been and never will be. So when we look at this for ourselves, not judging, it's a pretty simple process. At least as you view it, it's moving oneself out of that hole completely and permanently. It's leaving it behind. Feel and search your feelings of love and bliss and all of it, which is vibrating from within you. It's kind of like we're all gods, and the more of us that really become completely aware of that and embrace it, that frequency shifts everything. And the more of us that do that, the more the frequency shift. The more of us that do that, the transition from old Earth to new Earth is well underway. It's well underway right in this very now moment. When you realize and you embrace wholeheartedly, and you know that, you see, you don't just, you surrender to it, but you also know it deep within. There's no doubt, there's no question. There's no lack of faith, no lack of trust, no lack of confidence. You know it, hook, line, sinker, that you are the God within that body. That you're the God within the soul. That you create a vibrational frequency of the things that you desire to come to you. You don't go to them. They come to you. Now, they'll come to you, and there might be some things that you need to do, actions or whatever, to embrace. But it's comprehending that. And you're always in a state of surrender. Okay? You're always in a state of surrender. Letting go. Now that's a toughie, because when the ego mind is like clenched onto you, so to speak, it doesn't allow you to feel secure, permanent. Secure. Once you feel secure on occasion, or here and there and here and there, but then the ego mind comes in, and then you feel insecure. You don't feel you're good enough. See, that all comes in. And it challenges you to stay the course. And a lot of the times we leave the course and we embrace the ego mind. And this is why so many people feel inferior. Now, it's not like they run around telling people that, oh, yeah, they're inferior. It's within themselves they feel inferior. Now, you would go to someone and you'd say, there's no need to seek perfection. There is no need to improve upon yourself. All that is needed is to know who you are. Well, I'm Bill Johnson. See, and in that very knowing, one comes to feel the completion, the perfection. It's knowing who and what we are. Not the name, right? Not where we live. Not our possessions. Not our status. But the God within us. Know who and what we are. Many things, you read different forms of information, and so many people were taught to seek that which is outside of you. And that's where the majority of this civilization for thousands of years has gone to. Seek that which is outside of thyself. Your answers will be met. But see, we do know that we don't know it, and we really aren't prisoners of ourselves or the ego mind. We've been tricked into creating that illusion. And if you'll notice, as a watcher, observer, look at the society, look at the civilization, and where is it at? It is about what? The self-improvement rat race, wearing something better, looking nicer, okay? Having more education, having more experience, having better looks, superficial, right, looks, being stronger, more resilient, having more experience. It's always having this or that connected to improving ourselves. And this improvement rat race, this self-improvement rat race that the majority of people on planet Earth are in. You don't like this, so you get this done. You don't like that, get that done. You don't like this, get that done. Okay? And it's funny because let's say that you get what you need to get done, and you feel that once I do that, then I'll be good. But then once you do that, other things come flooding in from the ego mind to fill that space that was just vacated. You ever notice that? You ever notice that, well, once I get this all done, then I'll be great. Everything will be great. It'll be great, wonderful. Right? And you believe it. And for a bit, it is. And then other things come floating in or flooding in. And before long, you have a whole new list of things that you need to fix. Now, do we create that scenario, that situation? Yes, we do. Are we doing it knowingly? No, we're not doing it knowingly. It's like a knee-jerk reaction. You get, let's just say for giggles, that you get rid of all your problems that you believe that you have. And you're of the belief that I get rid of all my problems, it's going to be wonderful. I won't have any issues. So you eliminate all your problems. You surrender all your problems. And you experience, hey, this is great. You know, I'm as free as a bird, happy-go-lucky, no problems. And then, but not too far down the road, others are there. They appear. And the point is that each and every one of us are divine perfection. There's really no improving. Okay? We view and judge the surface, the body, in this society. It's very apparent, designs and who's got the best this and who's got the best that and who's wearing the most expensive designer gown or suit or a set of clothes, who's got the most money, who's the most powerful, who owns the most value. Isn't it true? Isn't that what drives this civilization? Being A over here and being B. Being A has a lot of money. Being B wants that money, wants to have more than that one has that money. Or this one has this yacht, it's bigger. And then this one wants a yacht bigger than that yacht. This is how it works. I don't like this and I want something better. Rather than say I'm really deeply grateful for this. Right? There isn't, don't get me wrong, there's nothing with desiring or wanting something. Let's say, you live in a shack and you want to live in a nice place. That's great. You manifest it. Right? But you don't put it to the degree that it makes you better than everyone else. That's ego mind. I have $1 billion, but it's not enough because over here they've got more and I want more than that. This is how it works. It doesn't have to be $1 billion. It could be 10,000. It could be 500. It doesn't matter. The point is that we have been so duped in our ego minds that the ego mind leads the way. Every lifetime, too, by the way. Okay. Then you have a conversation with ego mind and say, ego mind, you keep doing this, I won't be around, and you will be gone too. Do you really want that? You have conversations with your ego mind. It's not a threat. That's a fact. Conversations. Right? This is how we get into of letting go, of surrendering. Now, a lot of people are in control. They want to be in control all the time. None of us are exempt from that. We all want to have a control factor as much as we can, say. And we freak out if we aren't in control. Things are just, they're out of hand. What am I going to do? And what you do is you just let it go and you just go with the flow. You go with the flow. You float. You know what floating's like. Imagine if there's no gravity and you're just floating in thin air. It's like, I've used this analogy through the years, and it's a good one. You walk up to a river, and you see a bunch of people getting into rafts, and you see the current. You got white water, because the current is so strong, right? And then, but they're getting in the rafts, they got their vests on and everything, and they're struggling upstream. They're going against the current. Right? Or, on the flip side, they're going with the current. Current's really, really heavy duty. Fast. Then there's some people on the other side of the river where the current, and they're in these boats. They don't have any oars. They don't have any motors. They're like a gondola. You just kind of lay back in a nice little lounge and just relax. And the current's different. It's strong, but it's not foaming in white water. And it just pulls you along, downstream, not upstream. And you have no care in the world. You don't really have any concern on where that boat and that current's going to take you, where you're going to hit the shore, go up on shore, where you're going to be. You don't know. And you don't care. Because you have full faith in the universe, you have trust and confidence in this universe and yourself. So there's no doubt. Wherever you end up, it will be good. It will be divine perfection. Now, not many of us will do that because of the fact that we have been trained so heavily in doubting ourselves, having low faith and low confidence in ourselves and the universe. And so, therefore, it can't materialize. And the doubt factor negates our manifestation. It negates everything. Doubting negates things. It's like you put an intention out there. It's like in this meditation. You put an intention out. You're totally in quiet, right? Peace. And you send the intention to the universe. It's great. It's wonderful. And then later on, you start doubting it. Well, I wonder if that's even going to happen. Mm-hmm. Now, somebody could be sitting there and saying, I sent this out, and it's been ages, and it hasn't appeared. And then you correct yourself and say, universe knows exactly when. I've done that with myself. Many times. Something that you believe is going to take, that you thought was going to take maybe, a few months or 1 or 2 years, turns into several years. And all the things that you have wanted for that to take place, it's like they're going along the back of a turtle. And this is where we fight. We fight ourselves, we fight life. And then we say, you know what? Just let it go. It'll be. No doubt about it. You just let it go. You ever notice the more that you push things, I've noticed this, you when you push it, it could be anything. It gets further away. It takes, you want to rush it or you want to kind of manhandle it or whatever, it seems to evade our grasp. It's when, and we've all experienced this, we may not really review it, but where we've let something go and just says, you know what, it'll happen, and you let it go, and it happens. And when you're not even focused or looking at it, and it just comes in. But see, ego mind rushes us, and it wants us to do that, and grab and get as soon as possible, as quickly as possible, and we get more and more frustrated because we're trying to push and hurry and rush it, and it doesn't happen. And then we learn to say, okay, so I'm going to leave that alone because I know that at the right time, at the right place, it will take place. It will happen. No doubts whatsoever. Full confidence, trust, and faith. And it happens. As long as you stay away from your mind and ego. Staying away from the mind and ego. And realizing things become much simpler. The closer one approaches to God, the simpler one becomes. The complications drop away, fall away. The pressures, the intensity of details and worries and stresses and fears fall away. Because you know that you're an omnipotently powerful, supreme manifesting abundant being that never dies. And you're, so to speak, in that body. And you use the body, material physical world, to manifest what you desire, to experience what you desire to experience. Because you know it. You're aware. You're not guessing. You want something, you desire it, you manifest it, it comes. It's the training that we've received that's the obstacle, because the training goes through the ego mind. And we're, on the flip side, we're training ourselves through the heart mind. Does anybody train you through heart-mindedness on this planet? No. It's to you. It's what you always hear me say, it's all about you. I'll join you in meditation. I'll return to close us out. Take an easy and slow breath in through the nose. And an easy and slow breath out from the mouth. Excuse me. Remain still, relaxed into your body, focused on your breath rising and falling. You are a powerful manifesting miracle. I'm curious. What are the thoughts that make you feel the most free and expansive? Do they sound something like this? I have an unlimited amount of income. I can manifest anything I desire. I have all the love and connection I need. I have the most amazing energy and health. I have the best friends in the whole world. Everything is perfect in my life right now. I invite you to design your own thoughts that bring you the most lightness and liberation. Choose the special ones that make you feel like your feet may leave the ground. Repeat those thoughts frequently and feel that they are coming true. Of course, it also means you must dive deeper into yourself to release all those negative thoughts you've been thinking too. The manifestation of your dream life will come effortlessly when you allow your heart the freedom to align with your higher self in the most outrageous ways. Remember, wherever there is love, there is the great lightness. Take this with you for the rest of the day into the evening and night the following morning. We'll return here Tuesday, September 23rd, 2025, after 3:15 p.m. Eastern to continue our global guided meditation call. And Wednesday, after 9:15 p.m. Eastern, our time for change call. Be gentle, kind, generous, and humble with yourself at all times, being the highest of the highest high, deepest of the deepest deepest, purest of the purest purest, eternal gratitude at all times, no matter what's going on within you or outside of you. Open your heart and allow the magic to flow in.